Okay, so we're going to work on the wing. We're going to make the joints all play together nicely because right now we have this fold extend attribute where we can control the entire wing, but it doesn't play well with our FK animation controls. So with these controls, and we need them to all work together. So I'm going to hide polygons, and we'll work in the file that way, just so we don't have too much extra stuff showing. Then I need to load up my hypergraph, hierarchy, and maybe I'll try to work this way today. Okay, and then there's our wings, our collars. We need just this side. So to work on this, to simplify things, I'm just going to unparent it, so I don't have to stare at all that whole hierarchy. And we can parent it back in when we're done. So first thing is I'm thinking we need to split up these hierarchies, and we're going to have one that drives another that drives another. Okay, where in the past, like with the leg, we did an IK-FK switch. We had two different joint chains driving one joint chain. Well, in this, for the wing, I think the best setup is going to be to have the global control, like our fold extend, drive the individual animation of the joints. Okay, and then these I can then go in and further animate and drive the resulting arm, so like the bind joints, the ones that control everything. Okay, so to move forward, and we may, who knows, we may end up losing a fair amount of work here, but we'll see if we can preserve it. So let's duplicate this a couple of times. I'm going to unparent both of these. I got 3 sets of joints. And on each of these sets, I need to get rid of everything that's non-essential. So basically, I just need 1, 2, 3, 4 joints in both of these joint chains. So I need a shoulder, I need an elbow, I need a wrist, and I need a wrist tip. So I'm going to reconstruct this hierarchy real quick. And first thing I'm going to do is delete everything on the wrist tip. And then I'm going to parent wrist tip to wrist joint. Then I'm going to delete wrist anim. Okay, I don't need this elbow aim at, not on the duplicate. I got this wrist left joint. I'm going to parent that to the elbow left joint. And then I'm going to delete the other 2 joints. I can get rid of these shoulder aim, all this shoulder aim stuff. And I've got the shoulder anim. We're going to bypass that to go to the shoulder joint. So we'll parent elbow joint to shoulder joint, and then we'll delete shoulder. Okay, so now I've got a bone or a joint at the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, and the tip of the wrist. Okay. And I don't think I need this tip of the wrist joint either. So I'm going to delete that. Now I'll just go ahead and delete this other duplicate I made, and we'll just reduplicate this one. Okay. So now what we need to do is one of these is going to be I'm having trouble coming up with a name for them, but maybe the global wing joints. We'll call them that. Okay. So let's go ahead and relabel these, and we'll do a search and replace name, and we'll search for J&T, and we'll replace that with global J&T. Actually, nope, I changed my mind. We're going to search for _L_, and we will replace that with global capital G _L_. Okay, we'll do that on selected. We'll click apply. Okay, so now here's the name of these joints. Get rid of the 2 on this one, and that's good to go. Okay, now this is the set that will be driven by our fold extend attribute. Okay, now we've got a set of joints here that our animator needs to be able to animate. So what we're going to do is we're going to parent, well, basically these joints need another duplicate because they need to be able to move inside this hierarchy, but keep their own rotate information. So their own rotate information needs to say 0. Okay, and so we've done that before. And what we'll do is we'll just parent this into this hierarchy. So we'll have 2 shoulders, 2 elbows, and 2 wrists. So I'll parent the global elbow to the shoulder. Okay, so we end up with the global, not global, global, not global, global, not global. Okay, now I'm going to rename these again, the ones that aren't global, and I'm going to search replace _L_, and I'll replace the anim. Click apply. I'll rename this one to get rid of the 1. Okay. Now, I have basically 2 hierarchies in here. Well, it's a single hierarchy, but we're going to use it as if it's 2. Okay. Now, we need all this fancy stuff we need all that to continue to work, right? But we're going to have that work on the bones we call our bind bones. Okay, so I've got to do some renaming over here. And here's the tricky part. We need to decide which of these we really need to keep. Okay, so we may end up destroying some stuff. But that's okay. So right now this shoulder left joint is being driven via set driven key by our fold extend attribute. And